What's up, everybody? What's up? I've been very sick for a week. My whole family, actually. Hope you enjoyed the inside-outside video. I'm going to do a couple videos coming up. Only because this is my last week of going over songs. Then we get rehearsal on Sunday. Anyway, this is my... This is, let me hang this first. Actually, let me just turn this off for a minute. Not totally off, but stand by. Let me hang this up, because I gotta get my phone out of the pocket. I don't want to drop the guitars right before a show. I think I want to use that at the show. So, I can't, I think I took a picture. So what you were hearing is a new cab, forgive the messy room, but it's a Bugera 2x12 stereo guitar cabinet with the EVH lunchbox, and that's what you're hearing now. But this is a different kind of Bugera cab. It is the TS, which stands for Turbo Sound. I didn't know that, and then somebody had one for sale, and I saw that he had mentioned Turbo Sound, which all my PA tops are Turbo Sound, and they're very expensive. It's like QSC quality. They're high-end speakers. I got the IQs 15s. They're like 2,500 watts. Their speakers are amazing. The clarity, their amps. So that's what intrigued me about this cab. Plus, it's 212. It's small. So if I do shows where the stages, I have no room and they're not going to allow me to set up, I can bring this EVH head to 212 and this, and I can put everything right in the trunk. And it saves my back. But this cab sounds incredible. Now, you heard the clean channel of the fractal, and you also heard the overdrive. So I highly recommend this cab. I might sell my basing cab or keep it. I would only sell it because I'm getting too many cabs. I got a whole bunch of vintage cabs. The basing cab I really like, but it's dark. This is really clear and bright. So it sounds like V30s on steroids to me. So I'm going to go with that as a little bit of a review. And I don't know, maybe I can do this quickly in a 15-minute video. I don't know. So there's a lot of fake stuff coming on YouTube, and a lot of it relates to some of the stuff you see. This Giacomo Torah, My personal thoughts is he took the recordings, he didn't play, he just took the recording and altered the sound, because I just watched another video of him, and he's definitely has no skill level like Alex Hutchins. And I'm going to get into why I think he got away with it, and why Dovey Doss gets away with the clickbaiting in all this, because there's a band coming to my area. Let's see. And let's see, where are they? They are called Rock Fantasy. They're out of LA, but some of the members are from South Florida and Fort Myers. And one's a lawyer, the Beast from, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's the band members. Now you see the first one, Steve Hote, Rat. He's never been in Rat. Doesn't say, but it says Steve vocals, Steve Hote, and then dots, and it just says Rat. Doesn't tell you what he did for Rat, whether he was a roadie, but you automatically assume by the way it's presented, he sang with Rat. Now I've played with Rat. I filled in some gigs, and I called BTE, Big Time Entertainment, owned by Sullivan Biggs, and I talked to Sullivan himself, which is interesting. Let me turn this up a little because of my voice. Can you go higher? Is it on 10? Check. Yeah, it is. Let me pull you in then. Can I pull you guys in? So what I've done is, second phone. Oh, it's on cables. So Sullivan Biggs knows who I am, and I contacted him, and we had a nice little discussion on how these bands are using these names. Now, it's kind of like Tom, Uncle Teabag. Sessions are not writing credits, but when you see guitar, Teabag, you automatically assume he wrote the track. That's not how it works. You've heard the video from Carlos Benitez, who is best friends with Luis Fonsi, and he'll tell you the producer, who is owned by the label as one of their in-house producers, picks the studio musicians that he wants to work with. Now, let me explain this again. I sign a deal, the label owns me. The labels pick in-house producers. Artists don't pick their producers. They don't pick their session players. The producer does, and he's looking out for the label on cost and everything else. But the producers have friends, and they get those gigs. So how did Tommy Boy get in? He had to become friends with a producer, or something around that. And who knows how that deal went down. Now, sessions and writing credits are two different things. But you might see on an album guitar, Teabag. That doesn't mean he wrote anything on there, because demos are pre-done and pre-production is done months in advance with writers with demos, and then they put it together and it's presented to the producer. He does charts, they go in and they make it the song. Big production. That's how that works. Again, tricking the public. Now, you can also see that there's a guy down there, Johnny Hyatt, says Molly Hatchet. I know Russ Maxwell from Molly Hatchet and Steph Blanchett. They're personal friends, not acquaintances, friends. And Russ Maxwell played with Molly Hatchet for 16 years. He also knows Patrick Johansson, that I woke up from Yngwie Malmsteen. We're all friends. He never played with Molly Hatchet. And the second one is listed as Yngwie. Now, we all know Yngwie don't play with two guitar players. Never. Again, it's how it can be worded. Now, so my Sullivan Biggs conversation was basically this. Hey man, I'm really happy you're looking out for my company and the bands that I market and put together. Unfortunately, a lot of people are doing this lately, and I don't have the time to go after everybody unless They're using the actual logo of the band or an actual image of band members, because that's a copyright infringement. Just the name itself without the logo is not. Interesting. And that was my conversation with Sullivan Biggs. He thanked me. We had a couple more outside of the conversation of why I called him. He's a really nice guy. Fast talker. And there's now my problem with this band, Rock Fantasy, is Dave Spitz is in there and he's an attorney. He should know better. Now, not hit next to his name is Great White and White Lion, which he did play for. He filled in for them. But what they didn't put on here is Black Sabbath, one of the biggest all-time bands in the world, that he actually recorded an album with. Now, going back to how these people are getting away with some of this stuff, like the Dovey Dawson, Eric Clapton's picture, and this and that. Same with this Giacomo and Others kid. It's a numbers game. What do I mean by a numbers game? Pharmaceutical company. They make $1 trillion and they pay out in lawsuits $500 billion. They still have $500 billion left over. It's a lot of money. They're still on top. That's why the disclaimers and the lawsuits don't matter. They make more money, way more money than the lawsuits. So, my opinion is YouTube has made a lot of money off this kid, Guacamole Head, in ads, because he has millions of views, which creates lots of money in ad revenue, which helped Giacomo Toro. But now you got the problem with the artist who wrote the song. Here's the spiel. I'm YouTube. Listen, man, you only got 7,000 views. The other guy got 700 views. I'm prepared to give him $1 million just to walk away from suing. It's not worth it. I'm going to pay you up front $1 million, which you wouldn't get. You know, he got that in revenue using your song, but I'm going to award you some money without going through the hassle of a lawsuit and having to pay lawyers. Because if I pay you $2 million, you're still getting only $1 million. And with the amount of views that you got off your song, so Jack Gardner gets $1 million, Alex Hutchings gets $1 million, and why aren't they talking? Non-disclosure. They got paid, go away, and the kid's still on here. The American people are the ones that get screwed all the time. The middle class. How? Let's say you go to a tire place, right? You have 4 brand new tires. What do they charge you on there for your old tires? A disposable charge. Disposal. $10, $15 a tire. Let's say it's 10. That's $40. They take those 4 tires and they sell them for another 15 to the used tire place that's around the corner. So now they made money on top of making money off of you on your used stuff, which they're not disposing, they're selling. See, that I have a problem with. And every tire place is doing it. They don't dispose of these tires, they sell them. But they charge you a disposal fee. Why don't they sell the tire for $40 or $50 and take that off your bill? Because no one thinks about it. They don't speak out. But it's all, who pays the price? You know, who pays the price? All the food we got and everything in the world, what's it designed to do? Kill you, really, in a weird way. All the process and the chemicals and this and that. Why? Well, it's like a warranty. 100,000 miles, warranty. Need the extended warranty, costs you more money. We'll warranty the car up to 100,000 miles. How is it 105 that car breaks down? They know exactly when that's going to happen. They also know how those chemicals, depending on how people eat, will kill them. No more payout for Social Security. Interesting concepts. Conspiracy theories, these are alleged. Makes too much sense, right? So let's see, where's this Giacomo kid? Giacomo Torra does not have a Wikipedia page. Really? Wikidata. Oh, he had one in 2024. See, they don't tell you they took it down. But if you start researching everything, and this is my point why I came back, a lot of misinformation, a lot of bullshit, a lot of lies. It's like this guy, Zach, who's a big Tom fan. He's still talking about my Les Paul. I offered 100,000 versus his 10K or something. I don't even remember. He wouldn't take the bet. Tom didn't want to answer to that, because Tom ain't stupid enough to answer to that. And who else didn't? A vintage collector, 45 years on there. And he's still talking about it. Team you. You see all these Les Pauls and stuff back there? Those are all real. That's only a small collection of the real. I got Japanese Charvels, Solars, Kiesels, Taylors, Lizzie Hale in the corner, the purple fenders, and the EVH fender. I got the RG anniversaries and everything else. I got 2 Hughes and Kenner core blade heads there. I got 2 EVH heads here, and I got 3 cabinets now in my house. I got all this PA stuff. If I have money, why would I buy chips and like Zach keeps claiming? Why not just take a credit card and go over to Guitar Center 5 minutes from me and just buy a reissue? He's not smart enough to figure out a reissue. I hold up a reissue and I damage it or whatever. $6 grand, $5 grand. I could get a used reissue for $3,800. And I can, what do you call that? What do they call it? Ah, man. When they make it vintage looking, they scrape it all up and chip it up and I forget the term for that. Can't remember the term for it. Vintage. How do you make something look vintage? Whatever. I can't think. But you see, why would I do that to any of the guitars? I like them new looking. Stupidity. I could go in there with a credit card every month and return stuff every 45 days brand new. I could come in here with a new Les Paul every week of reissues, 58s, 59s, and claim they're all mine. Do you see me do that? No, I keep what's on my wall. I keep everything here, except for this collectible stuff, which is at the warehouse. But, and then I got into something with one of the guys on there was telling me, oh no, Tom does this, and we've seen him with people. That don't mean he wrote anything. Show me his writing credits. Those are session credits. You know what a session player does? And by the way, HW, if you're watching this video, Lewis Sheldon, one of the greatest session players of all time. I advise everyone to look him up. I'll do a video on him because it'll be long. He's worked with like Barbra Streisand, James Brown, the Monkees, Tom. He's done everybody. How many people, honestly, how many of you guys know who Lewis Shelton is without looking him up? I would say maybe 1 out of 2,000, maybe 5, if tops. Does Tom know Lewis Shelton? No. He's a legendary session player that's worked with the biggest in the business. You don't hear no mention of videos of him on anyone's channel. And if you go on his channel, Lewis Shelton is one of my favorite players of all time that I grew up knowing him through the business. he's incredibly nice guy. He's got, I don't even know how old he is now. Shit, I'm 58. Man, back when I was 25, 35, 45, 55, so 30 on top of, he's going to be 88. I don't know if he's alive. I'm guessing 30 years ago, he was probably my age. So, yeah, there's a lot of great session players that people don't know who they are or what they've done. There's a lot of great songwriters out there that nobody knows who they are. Sorry, Uncle Teabag. Now, he came on my channel and he hasn't commented about anything. Truth dash bro. So I don't know. He asked for, I offered him a truce. Never commented. But there you go. There's like there's a little long video, but now you know why I think they get away with that stuff. Money, no accountability. Just pay people off. It's a numbers game. Like a restaurant, you get a violation, you got fines. Unless you fix the violation, $500 every day. City don't care. They're not going to close you down. Why? You're paying them $500 a day to stay open. But you're ringing 15 grand for lunch. So what's $500 a day? Because now you got 15,000 for lunch and another 20,000 for dinner. You're banking 35. Shit, $3 grand a week. You can take that money. Don't bother me. Numbers. Why don't the city just shut them down? Because they're getting paid. It's like this Warren Sapp thing. I don't know if you guys know, in Florida he got arrested by the Okeechobee sheriff. Now, the sheriff in Broward County, Tony Gregory, he left off, he killed somebody when he was a minor. He's our sheriff. Do I think he's better than the other sheriff we had? I forgot his name. With the murders? Oh, absolutely. Where is there any good? You know, I see MS-13 gang members in Hollywood. I see them everywhere in South Florida. If you drive around, what's being done about it? Nothing. Our sheriff's office, they doing. Come on, just like Okeechobee arrested Warren Sapp, and now he's got a $20 million lawsuit pending, which I think he's gonna win, because this guy has got videos all over YouTube about documented stuff. He's playing the game and he's playing it good. And I'm sorry to say, but Okeechobee Sheriff is gonna cost taxpayers that money. So Warren's gonna sue them. They're not accountable, and they're gonna use taxpayer money to pay off that. What kind of crap is that? It should be the officers have to pay. That's my opinion. Sheriff's office for sticking up for him in internal affairs. Which police department is going to hold anybody liable that's not on video? Internal affairs. You're all together. You protect your own. I mean, it gets to the point of the music community. They protect their own. YouTube is going to protect Giacomo, and they're going to protect. Why? They make money off him. So there you go. That's it in a big nutshell. I love purple. I don't know if you guys saw this. I just saw this today. I got it today. Blackberries. Basically grape. Zero. Dr. Pepper. It's a new one, I think. So I think I am going to use the EVH at the show. I might even just bring the 2x12 and I'm not into the big showy thing anymore with the freaking 6 cabs and stuff. And these are smaller clubs again. It's good on my back. It's less gear in the cars. It's more comfortable. Besides, it's not like I'm going to jump off anything. I'm too old. Too beat up. You know, same thing with the, you know, I'm just, you know, I filed for disability and stuff, and I'm going to try to play some shows. You know why? It's not because I'm not hurt and not in pain. I just push not to give up. Because that's all I can do at this point. I'm on a waiting list. I'm on God's waiting list. I'm waiting to be seated. And how I look at it if I can do one more show for my kid, or I can do something to help somebody, like a benefit or a charity, and I can help somebody else, or I can make a difference and talk to somebody at the show so that they're not in depression and want to off themselves, or make them feel good for one night because their wife cheated on them or whatever it is. God bless it. Life is hard enough. Everything I just told you with all the BS. I just want to go out and help people. You know, I want to make a difference in the world. I want my son to remember me for one of the good guys. And I think he does. But I'm going to tell you another story about him. He did freak me out the other night. Was it Friday night? No, Thursday night. He come out into the living room bawling. And he's 9. And he had, the new Minecraft movie has that kid that actually gets sick and died. I think he was like 20, 22. So they did a tribute to him. So he was trying to create a tribute to me because he thinks I'm that sick. I had to sit him down and explain, I'm going to be here for hopefully another 20 years, 78. But, my tribute is for him, these videos. This is another reason why I do it. When I'm gone, my son gets to watch me. So, there you go. So, who are we going to interview out there next? Jamada? Bear Creek Audio? Who wants to come on the channel? Guys, if you want to be in the next one, interview, let me know. We'll set it up. I'll get some questions and a format going. Peace out and enjoy your week. I don't know how many more videos I'm going to do. I got everything in this one video. It's 3-in-1. Again, thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Without you guys, I do not exist. Peace.